Okay guys, today I'm showing you my 2006 Chrysler 300. It's just the straight up 300 series. It's a V6 2.7 liter. It's not the Hemi, anything special. If you guys have the all-wheel drive or a Hemi, it's probably going to be a little bit different, so this is just for a regular 300, and I think the Touring series is the same. I'm going to show you straight up a reason I failed a New Jersey state inspection. I'm just going to sit the camera here. I'd failed for looseness of the front end suspension, and he showed me what they do is they jack up the front of your car and then they check your wheels out just like this. And just that, if you look here on the tire, you could probably see it a little bit better. Just that subtle wiggle isn't supposed to happen. It's supposed to be real straight. You're not supposed to be able to wiggle your tire. And of course it's up on a jack. The tire's off the ground right now. So when you jack your car up, if you could do that, you're probably going to fail an inspection if they test your suspension. Now what it could be, there's a tie rod up there. I'm going to get a light on it in a little bit. You know, your shock and your spring is back behind there. And you also have a tie rod front side, and you have your rear tie rod that goes all the way back into your car. Usually it's a cheap fix, and if you watch a couple videos on YouTube, you could probably see how to replace them. It varies a little bit different on each car, but what you want to do really is get behind the car. Now let me try to get a light for you guys. If you can get behind the car, you can see right here, starting from right here all the way back, and this joint that goes up. See if you can kind of see it without that. You can see the bolt, nut and bolt right there that holds on this tie rod. Let me see if I can set up the camera real quick. Just give me 1 second. And that might do it. A little bit low, but let me see if I can get it a little bit better. If you just keep your eyes here, I'm going to wiggle the wheel, and you should see this joint right here. Once it gets a little bit loose, it'll wiggle, and that'll cause you to fail the inspection. That's going to be pretty hard. You can see this joint right here is going to wiggle on top of this bushing here. Now, when you wiggle the wheel, you're also going to see a little bit of movement there and at the top, but you really want to pinpoint a main spot of why it's jiggling on you. Let me try to get an up close shot. You can kind of see it there, but so what I'm going to do now is replace, this is an outer tie rod. You can get this piece here for probably $20, maybe $30. I found a pair of them for about $40 on eBay. So what I'm going to do, if I do this side, okay, it's always a good idea to do the other side. Now what you're going to do, you'll take the rim off here, rim in your tire, and what you'll do is you'll take this bolt off all the way out, and this will still be attached. It's not going to fall out. What you got to do is you have to put a spreader in between there and hammer it out, and this tie rod will fall right out. It's going to be a bitch, so if you don't have the tool, I advise going to get one, which is what I'm going to do today. And then what you're going to do is just loosen this tie rod out. You could see it's basically just a big bolt on a rod right here, a threaded rod. What you have to do is count the rotations all the way out. Say there's 25 or 30 until it falls off. And then what you do is when you thread the new one on, you want to go that same distance back on the thread, because you could see the thread keeps on going. You don't want to put it all the way to the end, because then your front alignment is going to be all crazy. So just keep that in mind when you're replacing the tie rod. Hope this video helped you guys, and maybe I'll make a part 2 to show you how I replaced it and how I'm making out. Okay? Hopefully that'll be all I need. If not, there's that, and you can also see, let me try to get the light up here. This is the upper parting of your tie rod. You're going to have to take that boot off, and there's an upper section up there that threads all the way back, but I don't really know too much about that, and hopefully that is not my problem, and hopefully I'm just able to knock out this front bushing and tie rod right there. Okay, also another little piece of advice. What you might see, again, if they do fail you for this, sorry about all the background noise, I'm just trying to get around here. If they do fail you for this, an easy way to check and make sure you're not going to get charged $1 million by a mechanic, if you do wiggle the tire side by side like this, left to right, is usually a tie rod, a bushing, or something like that. If you're wiggling the tire vertically, straight up and down, it's probably a wheel bearing issue. Or it could be a part of your rim that's, you know, your bolts aren't holding the rim on all the way, or it's a wheel bearing. So keep that in mind too. It's another thing you want to check before you go ahead and start replacing stuff. And it's also something good to keep in mind so you're not getting robbed by some backyard mechanic that loves ripping people off. So left to right, tie rod or suspension, and up and down is wheel bearing usually. So just a couple tips. Hopefully you guys save some money. Like I said, I should be able to get this done for about $40 plus that little tool. It's basically about this big, and on the end it's got like a snake tongue looking thing like that, and if this is your bushing, you put it in just like that and you basically pry the tie rod right off. So I'll pick that up, and keep your eyes out for video number 2 for me, and hopefully I'll let you know how this went. Alright guys, take it easy.